Hello, everybody. So do you really need expensive brushes to create decent work? Because I don't think so. And I just want to point out all the things that are pretty good about these brushes for beginners. So let's take a look here. I want to answer some questions. So this is the painting that I was able to pull off using these brushes. These are the least expensive brushes I own, and I wanted to recommend them to beginners because they were synthetic hair. They had a good range of sizes for details, and I thought they would work just fine. And so I wanted to paint my own to see how they would handle, and they'll handle fine. You know, they're not expensive brushes. They don't have that luxury feel, let's say, but they're decent. They'll work out for you, and they're very inexpensive. So I thought that was a good recommendation for people that are just starting out, and especially those who want to do this hyper-realistic style. Because what you want is synthetic brushes that don't hold too much water for a beginner, just to get them into watercolor and learning how to control the watercolor for detailed style. So let me answer some questions here. What type of bristles does the brush have, and how does it affect painting? So these brushes, they are synthetic. They are nylon synthetic, and they're pretty stiff. That's just how nylon synthetics go. But they're gonna work just fine. And what I like about them is because they are synthetic, they won't hold that much water. So it's easier for a beginner to control the paint as they're painting. So number 2, how is the brush handle designed for comfort and control? You know, they're normal brushes, right? They are not overly wide. They're fine. They're normal. They're comfortable. Yeah, they're perfectly comfortable. They're a little bit smaller than my Maestros, especially the the Series 35. Those have slightly wider handles for better control, but they're fine. So number 3, can you describe the brush's size and shape? So these are rounds. Size, they're small. They're meant for details. So you have the very smallest over here that was able to do these details over here, you know, over there, over here, the edges. They're gonna work just fine. You're gonna learn how to use your supplies as you use them. Let's see. Can you describe the brush's size and shape? I don't even know what number. I'm just going through it. Size and shape. Oh, I think I did answer those. They come in a variety of sizes. So you have a 6, and then what they call a 4, and what they call a 2, and a 1, and a 3/0. Now, you should understand that every brand has their own sizing. So just so you know, this 2 is not going to be the same size of a 2 on a different brand. Okay, they are all different. There's no universal size. But it does give a good range of sizes, so you can paint, you know, a variety of areas on a painting. Let's see. Oh, if you're getting value out of my videos, make sure to subscribe, and this way you can also catch me when I go live, because I don't have a schedule right now. We're currently building the membership for Hyper-Realistic, which is training beginners to paint in hyper-realistic style or teaching. And I'm also opening another membership, and it's like the very entry level. That's fun too. So I have 2 memberships now, and we're building both. So just so you know. So I wanted to answer more questions about this. Yeah, so if you want to know more about the memberships or more about what I have to offer, look down into the description, and I will leave some information there. Okay, so let's answer another question. Is the brush suitable for both beginners and advanced artists? Actually, yes. I actually know a couple professional artists that use these brushes in acrylic and in oils. So, and they're advanced painters. And yeah, they're useful. So even if eventually, if you replace them for different brushes for watercolor, these brushes are great for acrylic or for oils. So it's not like you're gonna, you know, lose out. And besides that, the cost of these are so inexpensive. That's why I recommended them, because they were so low. I was impressed by the price of them. Let's see. Next question. What kind of painting techniques does this brush excel at? Definitely detail. Now you can go smaller, but this is a good set to start off with. But yeah, I have smaller brushes to get tighter detail. But this is a good starting size set to play with. But yeah, they get into the different areas of a painting. This is the bigger one for bigger areas, of course, right? And then it goes down to this size where they do the edges or any details around here, you know, everywhere. So yeah, they do detail work. Let's see, how does the brush hold and distribute water and pigment? Okay, so they are synthetic brushes, and that is why I recommended them for beginners. Because as synthetic brushes, they don't hold a lot of water, which means that it would be a little bit easier for a beginner to handle. That's why I like synthetic brushes for this style to start with, because it doesn't, you know, it kind of forces you to go slow. So that's why I like them for beginners. For me, I was a little frustrated. But for beginners, they're perfect. Okay. Is the brush better for certain types of paint or paper? Okay, well, so they're stiffer for watercolor. They're pretty stiff. But they obviously work fine, right? You know, you'll be able to paint with them perfectly fine. You know, you're gonna, as an artist, you're gonna end up buying a bunch of supplies. I'm pretty sure you probably already know. So this is just like my recommendation for somebody that's super beginner, that hasn't bought all the stuff yet. But obviously, if you have brushes that are, you know, this size, that are synthetic, or brushes that you're comfortable using, you won't even need to buy new brushes. This is just a recommendation for somebody that's like first time coming in. But I do recommend them, and they'll paint. Well, it's not the brushes that's painting, it's always you. So it's always your skill level, it's always how much thought you put into it and how much you work at it. That's who's painting. You'll learn how to handle your supplies. So let's see. I have this question here. Does the brush shed hairs during use? I have not had any watercolor brushes that have shed hairs. The only watercolor brushes that I do that has shed hairs, well, okay, so I have Heike brushes. Those have shed hair. All my goat hairs shed, and that's probably because the goat hairs are very fine. But other than that, I haven't had any other brushes, like regular rounds, shed at all. Let's see. What's the price range of the brush, and is it budget friendly for beginners? 100% yes. So let me show you how much they are. So this is Amazon, and right now they don't have it available directly, but you can go over to other options. Over here, see all buying options, and then you'll see that they have two that's $11.96, and I think I even got them for $9 something. This set for like under $10. They're going up in price now a little bit, just because, you know, because of the world. But yeah, I got them for under $10, free shipping. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, these are really good brushes. Are there any maintenance tips or special care instructions for this brush? Not really. Just like with any of your watercolor brushes, you could clean them with, you know, the hand soap that I use, but really you don't even really need to. I hardly ever need to clean my brushes ever. Watercolor is so gentle. And all you do is, you know, go into your water jug and rinse it off and you're good to go. So yeah, so those are the things I wanted to point out. I wanted to do a quick review on these brushes and just how well they can do for you. They did really good job on the details over here. Some dry brushing, you know, they work perfectly fine. And the more you paint with them, the more you'll learn your supplies. So the more you'll get the skill level to adjust for the situation. So yeah, so watch the next video. It's probably going to be like right here. Usually, as you can see, we're painting the pepper over here for the beginner class. So hey, there's the next video. Go ahead and watch that.